It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Grizzlies out in Memphis. And for Memphis, they're just above 500 after their first 10 games at 6-4 to be exact. They haven't set the world on fire, but there has been more good than bad, that's for sure. Some teams fast out of the gate, others not so lucky. Kenny, for the teams that have started slowly, how do they turn the tide?
You know what? About a week ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and I was like, when that happens, you can't panic. The season's just begun. Identify the real problems before you start tinkering on things.
Sometimes a lineup change can help. Things may just have to work themselves out, though.
Time now for tip-off. We get it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
The mighty Mississippi River carving its path through Memphis, Tennessee, where we're coming to you from tonight. It's Saturday night and live on 2K Sports. We've got the excitement of the NBA for you tonight. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. For the Grizzlies, their last game, a win against Denver. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Guys, Joel Embiid is listed at 7 feet, but at player introductions, they say 7'2" center, Joel Embiid. Now, Brett Brown says when you stand next to him, you understand the difference between 7 feet and 7'2". He's a big man, Kevin.
He is tremendous size and skill to match, GA. Thanks. And in the early part of the season, Steve, teams are usually at their healthiest. How do you maintain that healthy factor throughout the long season?
You know, I love what these organizations are doing, and also players individually. They're getting their rest. They're having the individual trainers on the side. Nutrition has played a huge role right now. And I think for a lot of the younger guys, you can't be afraid to ask the veteran what he's doing. And I think that's what a lot of the veterans right now are taking these young guys under their wing and not only teaching them the skill level on the court, but how to maintain their bodies throughout the season.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the 76ers, Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. The incredible Simmons and Embiid down low. And it's McConnell in at the point guard. 5 on the clock. Here's Simmons. Out to the right wing. McConnell kicks to Redick. Back to McConnell. And Jackson with the block. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Conley with it. Coming off a solid outing against Denver. Now here's Jackson. Here's the three. Conley's shot is off. For Philadelphia, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. To the middle, here's Simmons. Can't get it to fall.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, struggling to find any daylight.
And Anderson kicks to Green. Conley inside the line. And Simmons with the rebound.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
To the inside. McConnell finds Embiid. Back to McConnell. Here's Covington. Knocked away. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it up. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
The pass to Temple. He kicks to Jackson. Over Reddick. And another miss by Memphis.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
It's Reddick on the wing. Pass to Covington.
Grizzlies foul. Jackson. That's his first personal foul.
Stolen by Anderson.
Good eyes by the defense. Clearly, that's not where he wanted the pass to go, and he's frustrated.
Conley with the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Conley's got the first 3 points tonight for Memphis.
Like seeing Mike Conley get busy from beyond the arc. When he has space to pull up, he fires the threes.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped the game in this series last year. A moment now to see the numbers for Reddick. He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Really like watching Simmons go to work down low with his length and strength. There aren't many guys that can keep up with him.
Anderson against Covington. And stolen by McConnell. Now the 76ers on the break. Anderson against Covington. Embiid trying to break loose.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
And the layup is good.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
Now here's Covington. Coming off a solid outing against Charlotte. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Pass to Covington. Just 4 to shoot. Back to McConnell from deep three-point range. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And, you know, he's got the ability, but the question is that really the best shot you can get?
Certainly not the high percentage look, but we don't know what the game plan is calling for. That might be it.
Memphis shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And that one misses. The 76ers trail by 5. And so good for so long. Conley still with no all-star appearances, Steve. That's hard to believe.
It is. It's a shame. Lots of competition at that point guard spot. People recognize the ability, but he continues to lose the numbers game.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
Jackson against Simmons. Jackson misses. Outside, Simmons. Embiid kicks to Reddick. Here's Simmons. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Hornets. 6 on the shot clock. Over Jackson. The 76ers again can't hit it.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
Anderson dishes to Temple. Conley feeling it out. Kicks to Anderson. And another miss by Memphis. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Trailing by 5. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Parsons checked in for Memphis. And Philadelphia calls time here. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And the difference on that night is their ability to knock down triples.
What they did, they made a serious effort to generate good shots along the perimeter. Extremely accurate.
Passes it to McConnell. Bounce pass Embiid. It's Covington on the wing. Covered by Parsons, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. A quick break in the action now. Let's check out the fiercest shot swatters in the league. Fourth, Joel Embiid.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Outside Conley, and Temple kicks to Green. 3-on-3. The pass to Simmons. And here's McConnell. Pass to Covington. Shot clock at 6. Here's Embiid over Parsons. No good off the back of the rim.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And Temple kicks to Jackson. Back to Temple. Pass to Conley. This one for 3. And another miss by Memphis. The 76ers trail by 5. Passes it to McConnell. Down low. Covington finds Embiid. Now here's McConnell. And Philadelphia with another turnover here. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at the Warriors. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And of course Memphis, 4 games back.
And I think for Memphis, it's been a nice run they're on to start the season, especially when you compare it to the way it ended just a year ago.
And another miss by Memphis.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And Simmons kicks to McConnell. Redick is in the corner. Inside, here's Simmons, and Jackson with the block.
You can see the frustration in the quarter on his face, especially with his team trailing.
Temple, the pass to Conley. Beyond the arc. Another miss by Conley.
You know, on a pretty good night for these guys overall, his shooting has been the biggest weakness. You look at that lead pass there, he just has such a great feel for the game.
So timeout called here, the first for Memphis. And J.J. Redick, a longtime vet in the NBA, but still plays with a lot of energy.
And Redick said he feels like he's been revitalized in the last few seasons with his change of scenery, playing with more joy, and has always been explosive off the ball in his efforts to get open. You can see when he's on the floor, the whole offense seems to pick up their energy.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Caspi, he's checked in for Michael Green. Dylan Brooks comes in for Garrett Temple. And it's Harrison in for Mike Conley. And here's Fultz after the three-pointer from Chandler Parsons. To the paint. And there's Sharch on the assist from Fultz.
And Fultz is a solid distributor, good at finding ways to get his guys involved.
Harrison kicks to Parsons. Jackson passes to Parsons. Unloads from 13. And the shot is long. The 76ers trail by 4. To the middle. Here's Sharch. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Sharch has got his second bucket of the game to go. Memphis has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's his first foul. Mike Muscala is checked in for Embiid.
Second team foul. Mike Muscala.
Jackson kicks to Caspi. Memphis moving that ball around. Brooks the pass to Harrison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Fultz. The Grizzlies with another miss. Here's Philadelphia, trailing by 2. And he hits it to tie the game up. Fultz has got his first 2 points of the night.
You know, you gotta love the muscle that Fultz possesses. Taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
Now here's Parsons. He's another guy now had a stellar performance in that win against Denver. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Markelle Fultz. That's foul number 2 for him.
Third team foul.
The pass to Caspi. Five to shoot. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
Boy, he blew an easy layup, and he is furious with himself.
Saric passes to Fultz. Back to Saric. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Saric. And where the shot's been coming from tonight, here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Memphis.
And the one thing that jumps out at me when you look at that shot chart is just how little scoring they get from out above the free throw line extended three-point range. They've got to get more points from out high if they want to improve their offense.
Here's Harrison. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Saric attacking. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
1:58 left here in the first quarter. Here's Harrison, guarded by Fultz. Parsons up top. Caspi, that's for 2. That one's off, still out of sync.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
That one good for 2.
Timeout.
And now a 4-point 76ers lead.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And for years, the Memphis Grizzlies defined mid-level success in the NBA, but not last season.
Before last year, they made the playoffs 7 straight seasons. Never played in a championship, but always seemed a player or 2 short. Now they're finally rebuilding.
Here's Harrison. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Offensive rebound, Parsons, and he uses the glass on the layup. Parsons got 5 now.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by Philadelphia.
Covington kicks to Fultz. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And Fultz is a threat in the screen and roll. If you give him any space to shoot off that screen, he's going to rise and fire.
Here's Harrison. No points in the game yet for him. A fadeaway. It's rebounded by Fultz.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
And Memphis making a change here. Green's checked in.
Jermichael Green.
To the paint.
Grizzlies foul. Jermichael Green. That's his first personal.
And with as much news and worry that Fultz's jump shot has caused, you forget just how deadly he is going at the rim.
Yeah, has no problem cutting through the defense like a hot knife through butter. I tell you, Ben Simmons said he hates starting Fultz in practice as it is impossible to stay in front of him. Just a very shifty player who uses his great handles to get into the teeth of the defense.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the feeling is with Fultz, tremendous potential. Could be one of those game-changing type point guards who scores and passes with ease.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Harrison passes to Caspi. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first. No good from 11 feet. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for Philadelphia. To the paint, here's Saric. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Saric has got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here's Parsons. Some solid defense from Saric. And so the first quarter is in the books. 76ers lead by 7. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
Kyle Anderson is out there with Caspi. Then it's Brooks. Then it's Green. And it's Harrison in at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Here's Anderson. After the basket by Dario Saric. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Harrison kicks to Anderson. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Way to convert through contact, Kyle, with excellent body control.
Covington with it. He's picked up by Brooks. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. No good off the front iron. Grizzlies have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Anderson against Chandler. Out to Brooks. Pass to Caspi. The 3. Clock at 6. Brooks misses. The 76ers leading. Here's Covington, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
Harrison passes to Caspi. Dishes it to Anderson. Here is Caspi. He's guarded by Johnson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Shot's good.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
For Memphis, they have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Garrett Temple has checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Mike Conley subbed in for Harrison. Then for the 76ers, Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Saric. Redick comes in for Robert Covington. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. Free throw is off from Caspi. Steve, you know there are so many ways you can impact the game at crunch time, but there are certain guys, as you also know, that thrive on taking that last shot.
Yeah, Damian Lillard is one of those guys. They call it Dame time. James Harden, Kyrie, you look at Steph Curry. These guys have the basketball in their hands. They want to take the last shot. Kevin Durant, the greats, Russell Westbrook, they want it in their hands to be able to decide the outcome of the game, and they want it all on their shoulders.
Here's Simmons. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket no matter what D he's faced with. He averages about 31.5 points a game, but they get it back. Goes back up. Here's Johnson, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking them.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Sheer hustle and will out there. He wanted the ball more, and he went up and got it with some style.
Caspi finds Temple. Clock is at 3. The rebound by Johnson.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Good work there as it goes. And now a 9-point 76ers lead.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here is Caspi. And again, Memphis no good. Now McConnell. Here's Redick. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Philadelphia leading by 7. Simmons with it. Well, you know that he's going to find a way to get the ball in the basket no matter what D he's faced with. He averages about 31.5 points a game. Lost contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Mike Conley? Right around 21 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
I totally agree. He has the IQ and the ability to take it up another level anytime he wants.
Temple gets the bucket.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
The 76ers leading by 8. McConnell kicks to Simmons. Back to McConnell. Here's Embiid. Good. And McConnell gets the assist.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. It's a 10-point game.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
To the inside, and Embiid throws it down.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Conley kicks to Caspi. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Caspy's got 4 points now in the quarter. Steve, while he was interim head coach last season, J.B. Bickerstaff certainly won over the players' approval.
Mark Gasol said he's done a tremendous job with the tools he was given and with what he was allowed to do. Mike Conley simply stated he deserves this job. The Grizzlies brass was impressed enough that they didn't conduct a coaching search.
Smitty, looking back in your career, what's the most pressure you've felt in a game?
You know, I think the most pressure, you love to be in those games. I think that's when you strive. I think the most pressure I ever felt, and it wasn't a playoff game, Kevin, or a championship game. It was that very first game as a rookie. Because that game you had nothing to compare to, and it was everything you dreamed about. And that first game, you were finally saying, for me, I couldn't get it out of my head. This is my first NBA game. So I think that was the most pressure game I've ever played in.
Now here is Conley. He has 5. He kicks it to Parsons. It's Jackson atop the key. He dishes it to Conley. Over McConnell. Conley's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Chandler. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Here's Embiid to the paint. McConnell, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by McConnell. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
2 shots, foul, 2.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
2 shots.
First free throw is good. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Anderson. And he makes both free throws.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. There's the lob to Jackson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
You can't afford to leave one of Conley's teammates wide open. He will make you pay.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. It's tipped. Here's Embiid. Chandler outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Jackson. The offensive rebound. Simmons. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Chandler Parsons.
You just have to be more careful with Simmons. So brilliant at throwing the D off guard.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
At the line for 2.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Simmons.
He's in attack mode, drawing contact now, getting to the line, something he didn't do at all in the first quarter.
Both shots good from the stripe. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Temple the pass to Parsons. Conley left side. Parsons finds Conley. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. That's 7 points for Mike Conley.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Simmons inside. Covered by Parsons. Yep, it counts. Simmons got 12 now in this quarter.
How about the quarter he's having? Tremendous execution on the offensive end, helping to further fuel this lead.
And Parsons kicks to Conley. Pulls up, high post. And he overshot that one, missing.
I'm not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the
yep.
Flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. And the Grizzlies with possession here after the Sixers pick up 2. That's tipped. Now here's Redick. Defense is right there. Here's Chandler. Got a piece of it.
And Parsons with the heads-up play on defense.
Here's Temple, covered by Redick. And Temple kicks to Conley. Brooks outside. 5 on the clock. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Sinks the three-pointer. Parsons got 8.
And that's how Parsons makes his living. Great shooter off the catch.
Now here's Simmons. 14 points for him.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
The Grizzlies trail by 17. Temple the pass to Jackson. No one near Conley as he lets it go. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And I like the way they're using the entire court here in the second quarter. The three-point percentage has gone through the roof. And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
Well, you leave a guy that open with Parsons on the floor, and you know he's going to find him.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
And Memphis making a change here. Harrison's checked in. Embiid finds Saric. Conley the pass to Jackson. The dish to Brooks. Jackson down low. Embiid's there. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
76ers ball.
And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish. And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Covington. There's 53 seconds left now here in the second. Harrison kicks to Jackson. Outside Conley. That three off the mark.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
26 seconds left in the first half. And it's Brooks in the corner. Pass to Harrison. Clock at 6. Outside Conley. Takes the three. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
76ers ball.
Eight seconds left to play here in the half. Embiid inside. Over Jackson. And he hits the buzzer beater.
And they make sure to get the last shot of the quarter there. Nicely done.
You know, this is the discipline you need to play with. At this level, number of possessions matters.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. 76ers on top, leading by 17. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
That we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finished. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Welcome back, folks. Pleased to have you with us tonight again here at the FedEx Forum in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
Well, we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
He is reliable down there. Once he gets going, he is a machine.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Memphis. Trailing by 17. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. The young stars, Simmons and Embiid at the 4 and 5. And it's McConnell in at the point guard position. Here's Simmons. Passes it to Redick. Just 5 on the clock. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Parsons looking it over. Outside, Green. Conley inside the line. It doesn't go for him. Now the 76ers take it the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Now here's Parsons. Tipped away. And here's McConnell. And he drops it in from the low post. McConnell's got 6 points. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Conley kicks to Green. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Parsons outside. Jacks up a three. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his third assist on the night. The 76ers leading by 13. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Covington finds Redick. Covington against Parsons. Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. Conley, the pass to Green. Back to Conley. And Embiid with the block. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Smitty, so much work done by the players in the offseason. In terms of development, which skills tend to be the easiest to improve upon?
I think there's one, and you got to call it a skill right now, is the easiest is getting in tip-top shape, because that's all on you. Being able to put in the time in your body and nutrition. Next, I think for guys is defensively. I think that's the skill that you obviously can work on. It's about lateral movement, and you don't need others. You can come out and work on that. Next, I think for guys is shooting. And I wouldn't say you'll be Steph Curry from one summer to another, but if you put in the work, you'll see the percentages starting to go up.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And he's good on the second. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
Yeah, they're going to have to talk about this. They got to find a way to get the ball out of his hands.
All right, fans, let's get up, let's get loud for your Grizz Girls.
While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Outside Conley. Kicks it to Anderson. He feeds it to Green. Over McConnell. Uses the glass to drop it in.
JaMychal Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
The 76ers leading by 14. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Anderson against Covington. Simmons trying to get open. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got 9 points.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen and went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Knocked loose and stolen by Simmons. It's Redick on the wing. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists now tonight.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Now here's Conley. He's got 13. Steps back and shoots. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Conley is just a knockdown scorer from the mid-range. Senses the separation and cashes in easily.
Now McConnell. 6 points for him. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Bucks. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, there's the 76ers, 4.5 games behind.
And right now for the 76ers, this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I don't think they played their best basketball. So if things do come together for them before the end of the regular season, look out.
And here's Covington. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. And there's the call on Garrett Temple. That's foul number 2 for him. And Memphis making a change here. Caspi's checked in. Mike Muscala is checked in for Philadelphia. Johnson comes in for J.J. Redick. Now, here is Muscala, guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Muscala, launches it. No good that time, and Memphis the other way now. Here's Temple. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You won't see him miss many of these. A wide open look from distance.
Covington wide open, he fires. That three off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Caspi dishes to Conley. Simmons against Anderson. Buries it down low. Anderson's got his third basket of the night.
What we've seen with Kyle Anderson, he's a below-average athlete, but has great timing on his drives.
Now here's Simmons. 15 points in the game. Johnson left side. McConnell finds Johnson. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. There's the pass to Temple. A floater deflects the pass, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley.
Off on the timing, or it may have been a miscommunication. Either way, turnover.
Andrew Harrison's checked in for Garrett Temple. Philadelphia also making some changes. Wilson Chandler's checked in for T.J. McConnell, and it's Fultz in for Ben Simmons. Now here's Fultz. He's got 5. The shot by Chandler wide open. The 76ers with another miss.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Conley gets the bucket.
He has flat out dominated this quarter, hitting shots at will, yet they still find themselves behind.
The 76ers leading by 8. Covington kicks to Fultz. Banked in off the glass. Fultz has got 7 points in the game.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
Outside Conley. Pass to Harrison. Back to Green. From outside, off the mark. Philadelphia has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And like so many other big men in the NBA, Mike Muscala also looking to become an outside threat.
He's increased the number of three-pointers taken each year, has shown a soft touch, and is a threat from outside. Won't be an offensive centerpiece, but he contributes.
Now here's Chandler. Markelle Fultz unable to get his last shot to go. Covington's shot is off. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Outside Conley. Pass to Harrison. From the wing, again Memphis. Fultz with the ball. He's got 7. He kicks to Muscala. On the wing, Johnson. Rebound by Caspi.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Here's Harrison, guarded by Fultz. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Harrison. Passes it to Johnson. Covington against Anderson. On the wing, Chandler. It's deflected. There's Harrison. He's got 7. Conley up top, guarded by Fultz. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Conley.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Fultz with the ball. Conley picks him up. Conley against Covington. With the floater, and he sinks the layup. Covington's got 11.
The beauty of the teardrop. Very difficult to really contest.
Harrison passes to Caspi. Back to Harrison. Outside Conley. Softly drops in the floater. Conley's got 15 points here in the second half.
He really looks composed shooting the ball this half. Much more consistent, hitting a much higher percentage.
Covington against Anderson. Now here is Muscala. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Johnson, good.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
And here are the Grizzlies. They're on an 18-6 run. Harrison scanning the floor. Outside, Green. Outside, Conley. They double-team Conley. Back to Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got 4 points in the quarter. 1:29 left in the third. And here's Fultz. He has 7. Out to Chandler for the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Anderson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Out to Conley. The tray. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Muscala's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Fultz. And it's off from 3-point range. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Harrison passes to Green. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. Anderson against Covington. Chandler down low. Poked away. Now Conley. He's got 25. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 7 rebounds in the game. The third quarter comes to a close. 76ers lead by 4. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Harrison out there with Brooks. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then there's Anderson. And it's Jackson in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And the shot goes in. 12 points for Joel Embiid.
The defense has no answer for him right now.
Parsons outside. Back to Harrison. Parsons outside from the arc, drills it from outside.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
This is when they need it the most, so they're so close to evening this game up.
Now here's Fultz. Left side, Saric. Covington finds Embiid. Over Jackson. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
Here's Harrison. Rebound by the 76ers.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
The pass to Redick. Buries the long-range jumper. And now it's an 8-point Philadelphia lead.
Whenever Redick skies up for a three-pointer, you just think it's going in. He is as efficient as they come.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And I like the way he's settled down here. I mean, after the sloppy first half, he's done a much better job taking care of the ball.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Memphis. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the 76ers. T.J. McConnell comes in for Markelle Fultz. Now here's Saric. Back to Simmons. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Kicks it to Simmons. Saric trying to break free, and it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Embiid.
And really, Simmons makes it look so easy. The way he's attacking defenses from multiple angles is really just commendable.
Pass to Parsons. To stop the run. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
Overall, it hasn't been pretty for his team, but he has shot the ball well.
Now here's Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Outside for Simmons. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul. Grizzlies making a switch here. Green's checked in.
JaMychal Green.
Back to Brooks. Memphis moving it around. Outside, Green. Shot clock at 5. Here's Temple. But he recovers it. Parsons outside. Over Saric. Parsons' shot is off. And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Good. 19 points for Ben Simmons.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Temple kicks to Green. Tries a 3, sinks the triple. Green's got it back down to within single digits for the Grizzlies.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
Now here's Brooks after Ben Simmons' miss. Brooks right side. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
The 76ers leading by 7. Simmons inside. Covered by Parsons. He kicks it to Temple. Parsons against Saric. Parsons passes to Jackson. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. Parsons got 3 assists in the game. The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. 2 points, that one goes. 21 points for Ben Simmons.
They can't shake Simmons. He is very used to getting hit. Even with contact, he can finish strong.
Here's Temple. He's covered by McConnell. And it's Green missing. For Philadelphia, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. They grabbed their own miss. Saric, it falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Green dishes to Parsons. Fresh 24 for the Grizzlies. Green kicks to Parsons. Pass to Brooks. Now Green. Left side Parsons. Over Saric. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And early in his career, Parsons displays so much talent. We know about the injuries. I think everyone wonders what could have been.
And talking about Parsons, one thing he can still do is help you stretch the floor.
Yes, Kevin, he has good size out on the perimeter. A nice shooting touch. Without the same athleticism he used to have, he's had to adapt his game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Chandler Parsons, a player who's just had some bad luck with injury. Yeah, you think back to when he was at full health and how impactful of a player he was. Still working to get back to that level, but it's been a long journey for Parsons.
Mike Conley's checked in for the Grizzlies. The 76ers also with a sub. Covington's checked in. Both free throws good from Parsons. And with Parsons, it wasn't that long ago he was a top small forward with his scoring and playmaking.
You know, at one time thought to be the ideal small forward, you know, to give you a little bit of everything on the floor, could get to the rim, could stretch it with the perimeter shooting, and a solid defender. His outside shooting, I think, still there, but the burst that allowed him to get good looks is something injuries may have taken away.
Here's McConnell shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Michael Conley picks one up.
2.
At the line for 2.
The first one falls. And so he hits both. Steve, looks like we may not have any more sleeved jerseys anymore as you look back. Is this the end of an era or the end of an error, a mistake?
Either way, I am happy, Kevin. I just didn't like the look.
I am too.
And I couldn't imagine being a player, being able to try to shoot the basketball with sleeves.
It made no sense.
Not at all. So I'm looking forward not to see guys wearing, I would call it T-shirts.
Yeah. And here is Simmons after the three-pointer from Chandler Parsons. Simmons feeling it out a bit. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
One shot.
And that one misses. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's foul number 2 for him. The Grizzlies trail by 9. The feed to Conley. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Conley's got 17 points here in the second half. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. They led by as many as 18 points. Outside, Simmons. Back to McConnell. Parsons for 3, and that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here's Simmons. Covington, the bounce pass. At the elbow, it's Simmons. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Man, both teams scoring at a higher rate here down the stretch.
You know what? It's all about the offense. Decisive and prolific. Fun duel to watch.
Here's Temple. Fader on the way. They get it back.
At the line for your Grizzlies, Jared Jackson. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. Jackson hits both of them.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
McConnell kicks to Simmons. The pass to Covington. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 8th assist here tonight.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Now here's Jackson. Outside, Green knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And so here's Memphis. 7-point differential. Just 4 to shoot.
And you watch Kyle Anderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
The first free throw is good. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around it.
Now here's Simmons. Outside, Redick floats one, and it's good on the layup. Redick's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Conley with it. They double-team Conley. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You 2 players.
Philadelphia with the ball. McConnell scanning the floor. Here's Embiid. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And now a 9-point 76ers lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling time out to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
He's really built up that assist total over the course of this game. And it's a great thing to have that kind of passing coming from a position other than the point. That ensures the ball will always be moving and nobody will be left out of the offense.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. He told his team to keep looking for those perimeter shots. He said their defense is not respecting us, so let's keep shooting until they come out on us, guys.
Now here's Conley. On the wing, Jackson. And another miss by Memphis. The 76ers leading by 9. Here's McConnell to the middle. Embiid finds Simmons. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Good on the three-point shot. 16 points for J.J. Redick.
You've got to make J.J. Redick a ball handler. He's too lethal as a spot-up threat.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here's Conley. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. There's a minute 34 left to play in the final quarter. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
Penalty situation. At the line for your Grizzlies. Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Mike Conley, the former 4th overall pick in 2011, he's such a steady hand at that point guard position.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to McConnell to the inside, and Embiid throws it down. And that is the kind of big-time shot that can really deflate a crowd.
And did he ever do that? Sound level right now, 0 in this arena.
Now here is Conley. Count the basket. Jackson's got 7 points for the quarter.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the 76ers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Joel Embiid.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
Pass to Covington. There's the triple. And the 76ers get it back.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Now here's Anderson after Ben Simmons' miss. Conley kicks to Jackson. Here's Temple, guarded by Simmons. 5 to shoot. Passes to Jackson. Fades away. That shot off the mark. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.